Cambodia, the corridor of a small, cheap hotel in Phnom Penh, the capital. The two men are plainclothes police. Inside the bedroom, there's a Western tourist and a 15-year-old girl.
She's sick. No, she's sick. No, she's sick. No, she's sick. She's sick. I put medicine. I put medicine. Sorry, man. She's sick. I put medicine. I don't make sex. She.
Please show me your passport. I want to see your passport. Don't say anything. Okay.
What is the problem?
The man says he's 62 years old, a tourist from Greece. Among his personal belongings, police discover pornographic photos of the girl. The man is immediately arrested.
I come with you. No problem. I come with you, no, like this. I go with you. I go with you. Oh, come on, man. I go with you. I go with you. I don't need that. I don't do anything. I go with you. What is the problem?
He'll be tried 3 months later and sentenced to 5 years in prison. Cambodia has decided to crack down on foreigners who come into the country and then abuse children or adolescents. Today, there is zero tolerance for child sex tourists. Almost 2 million tourists visited Cambodia last year. With its temples, its royal palace, and Buddhist monks, it's become a fashionable destination for travelers in search of the exotic. But for years, this small country of 14 million inhabitants, situated between Thailand and Vietnam, was notorious as the favorite destination of pedophiles around the world. Cambodia is one of the poorest countries in Southeast Asia. A third of the population live on less than €1 per day. And in Phnom Penh, the capital, there are nearly 2,000 street children. It's an ideal hunting ground for sexual predators. Thierry Darnaudet discovered this phenomenon almost by chance during a trip to Cambodia in 1994. It was here at the municipal pool in Phnom Penh. At the time, it was where most pedophiles would congregate. Western tourists came here to do their shopping. They would swim among children, make their choice, and take them back to their hotels. Shocked, Thierry decided to investigate, and he soon uncovered something even more upsetting: brothels where children would prostitute themselves. What I saw there, I went there and I asked a few girls. There were 5 or 6 of them around me. They were very small. How old were they? 5 or 6 years old. No more than that. They gathered around me. And what was really crazy was that they were all trying to touch me, touch my I was shocked, obviously. And they were telling me, they said things like, "Miam Miam number one," mean Yum Yum number one, which means and they were fighting each other to try and get a client like me. They're obviously used to it. They were used to fighting over clients. And they were saying, "Choose me, choose me." And there were 5 or 6, maybe 7 years old. It was crazy. This video of the brothel was shot in 2004 by a freelance cameraman. Sir, come here. You want girls? Young girls. The location is kept secret. Local pimps provide an escort to the customer to a squalid room at the end of a long corridor.
Okay, you sit down.
Yes.
This is one of the brothel's bedrooms. Moments later, a child enters the room.
Smaller than.
No, wait, she can wait.
No.
Stay.
You take 5 seconds and look and see first. You know, 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Right, trail. Either one. Trail, either one.
The kids are sucking on ice creams.
No, nhầm.
Huh?
Nhầm.
Where the fuck?
What is nhầm?
Yeah, nhầm.
Yeah, fucking, yeah. Huh? Fucking. Where the suck?
At the time, the authorities turned a blind eye, and paedophiles could act with impunity. Thierry wanted to react. He worked for humanitarian agencies for many years, beginning in India with Mother Teresa, where he set up shelters for street children in Calcutta. Later in Cambodia, he creates the only NGO of its kind, Action for Children. Its goal is to track down paedophiles. In 6 years, Thierry has managed to put in place a team of 30 detectives.
After a long time.
All are Cambodians. Every morning is the same ritual, a briefing on pending cases.
After a long time.
It is really a suspect because he contacted with this young girl. Imagine. So, do you think how old she is?
Yes, she
She's
looks
about 12.
12.
Yeah.
And those girls are the same?
Yeah, it's the same.
Next, they go hunting, armed with small digital cameras and still cameras. They've been trained how to investigate and follow people by the British police and the FBI. On their motorcycles, they melt into the traffic, virtually impossible to detect. Their aim is to find and film Western tourists who behave suspiciously with children. Thierry is studying a video of one particular suspect. It was filmed by one of his investigators the previous night in downtown Phnom Penh. It shows a tourist aged about 30 playing with a little girl. He's a foreigner who's interested in the girl. He's given her a little bit of food and water. He might be just a nice guy who's giving the child some food. That could just well be the case. Outwardly, there is nothing suspicious. Here you can see that the foreigner and the little girl are playing together, playing with the plastic bottles. He's behaving almost like a kid. And it's this behavior that Thierry believes to be suspicious. An adult can play with a child. It's not a crime, of course. Dads play with their kids in the garden. But, you know, a tourist at night time, playing with a bottle of water, with a little girl like that, I have to say it's typical paedophile behavior.
Tim, do we have anybody right now or today going to follow him?
We sent our staff to find him, but last night we was able to identify his whereabouts yet, because he went to the Brussels until almost 1 hour at night, and then our agent withdraw to back home.
Okay.
But we conversed with the girl, and the girl testified that he made appointment with her tonight.
The rendezvous is due to take place on the waterfront in the very heart of Phnom Penh. This is one of the paedophiles' favorite hunting grounds. It's an area packed with tourist cafes and restaurants. And it's a popular meeting place for young beggars and street vendors. Easy prey for the foreigners. Most of these children have no home. They sleep in a small square a few hundred yards from the tourist spots. Some are with their families. Others survive alone. Like Chatra. He's 15 years old.
Stop!
And has run away from home. Let's go, I'm the boss. For the past 3 years, he's been living in the streets.
What are you doing every day?
Every day? Well, I go begging near the waterfront here. I go to the people sitting on the benches or who are going to pray at the temple. Come on, car. This way, this way. Madam, will you leave? Because you're blocking the traffic. Chatra does what he can, but the few cents he earns each day are not always enough to survive. Sometimes, for a few dollars, he sells himself to paedophile tourists.
When you want to meet some foreigner, what does he think about this foreigner?
I have no money. Otherwise, I'd never go with them. I go out with them just for money. $5 or $6.
You are not afraid of them?
Yes.
So why do you go?
It's because I'm hungry.
What is his dream?
My dream is to have a house for my mother to come and live with me here in Phnom Penh. Pedophiles know that here they can buy a child for just a few dollars. And that's why Thierry's investigators regularly monitor this area. Tonight they're on the trail of a man who was playing with a little girl. He's expected at any moment. Everyone is in place.
Hello. How are you?
Fine.
Where is the girl?
The girl is walking along the riverside now.
She's alone?
Yes, she's alone, carrying the box eye with the water and wearing the trouser and red trouser.
Do you know where the target will come? He will come here or over there?
Last night he came over there.
He's going to go to the same place, opposite of the FCC,
So
maybe?
I think so, because according to Mr. Med, he's asking the girl, and the girl say tonight he will come and meet her again the same place.
Same place.
The waiting begins and will last for more than an hour. The men keep watch on the girl who is playing by the waterfront. The man finally appears. Thierry follows at a distance. The man heads straight towards the girl and starts to play with her. Thierry is on the lookout. He waits for the right moment to start a conversation with the suspect. Right, I'm going. Let's see how this works out.
Nice place to relax, huh?
Wonderful place.
You're visiting? Yeah? How do you like it?
Oh, I come here for the 5th time already.
Fifth time? Wow. So that means you must like it a lot.
After the usual pleasantries, Thierry gradually steers the conversation round to sex and prostitution in Southeast Asia. He plays the innocent.
Do you think like all those little young girls like who are selling those bottles and all this, do you think if they spend their childhood here, do you think they will turn into prostitutes?
I'm a little bit afraid of that. It is not sure, you know. Some are really from their character, they are really good, you know. They don't tend to be like that. But you know, prostitution has another status in Asian societies as in our countries. It is not so prohibited. It is not such a sin as in our countries.
This is a typical comment made by sex tourists. But after chatting for an hour, Thierry is not yet convinced the man is a paedophile. Well, he said that Cambodia is one big brothel with prostitutes everywhere. He says he likes girls. Not in that way. Not with that little girl. I'm not a pervert. I'm not like the others. They're perverts. You'll still watch him, though? I think we will, because experience has shown us we can never really be sure about anyone, actually. So we will carry on. But the very next day, the man will leave the city, and the investigators will lose track of him. This happens often. It sometimes takes months and even years to gather enough evidence to bring a sexual predator to justice. One case that Thierry and his staff will always remember concerned this German man. They followed him for over a year before finally getting their hands on this video. It shows adults bringing young girls into and out of the suspect's home. It's evidence that will persuade the police to intervene. The man is arrested, and his house is searched in the presence of his little victims. The police make an awful discovery. Inside these trunks is a collection of sadomasochistic paraphernalia, as well as a large number of pornographic pictures and hard drives featuring children. During the search, the man claims he feels unwell. He goes out onto the balcony and throws himself off. The man was seriously injured, but survives. He'll be sentenced to 28 years in prison. In their offices, the investigators sift through a daily diet of images and video that's often difficult to watch. Sometimes it's unbearable. Some remain etched in their memory, such as these pictures of a search conducted the previous year at the home of a French paedophile. Pornographic photos, and amidst a multitude of sex toys, 2 children's dolls.
In the first time, for me, myself, I do not believe it happened 100%, like having sex with a small kid, like 5 years old, 6 years old, with a boy. I do not believe it 100%. But from case to case, I learned that it is true. So it made me feel, how can I say, feel so sad and feel angry with the child sex offender, a pedophile who committed this crime.
In 6 years, police have arrested more than 100 child molesters in Cambodia. Most of them caught in the act. And while a few years ago the police would hesitate to intervene with tourists, today everything has changed. Arrests are made by a police unit specialized in the fight against trafficking in human beings. This time it's a Frenchman who's surprised with a child.
I don't know.
I have to pay. I have to pay money. I have to pay money.
Sit down, please.
I have to pay money now.
No. Stay here.
What is your nationality?
French.
Friend.
I have to pay. I have my plane. Afternoon.
How old?
How old are you?
How are you?
You 63.
63.
The association's methods have been tried and tested. These days, paedophiles are wary and are on the counter-offensive. Thierry's teams are having to face a new phenomenon, more perverse and much more difficult to combat: fake adoptions. Paedophiles simply buy children from poor families and then illegally pretend to be the adoptive fathers.
Oh, he stayed in Cambodia.
Yes, and also
As with the case of this Australian suspect, who lives with a girl aged 4.
A month or 2 months, and then he come back. We learned that he bought, I mean, he took this girl from a Vietnamese girl, and he paid for $800 for her mother. And now her mother are living in Vietnam.
It's a purchase. He basically paid off the family to keep quiet, and he bought the right to have sex with their kids. It's something that you can't do in Europe. Thierry has had to handle a similar case recently, this time involving a Frenchman. We wanted to try and meet this man. The man adopted an 8-year-old girl. He is accused of being a paedophile. The Cambodian police now want to expel him. He's being held in the police cells. We use a hidden camera because the Cambodian authorities refuse to let us meet him officially. He knows we are journalists. Inside the bag there's a camera, okay? He agrees to be filmed and interviewed. Why did you want to adopt her? It's been 20 years that I've been trying to adopt a kid. I met her and now she's my daughter. She's just my daughter. She's my daughter, for Christ's sakes. She's my daughter. It's my daughter, and I love her like it's my daughter. I've been wanting a child for 20 years now. It could have been a boy. It would have been the same. Here I am in prison. I realize I love my daughter. I don't touch her or anything like that. She's very important to me. That's all there is to it. I need her and she needs me. This is Srey, the little girl the man adopted 2 years ago. Today she lives in a shelter watched over by an NGO. We went to meet her family. They live in one of Phnom Penh's slums. On the bike is her twin sister. And here is her family. In pink, her mother. In the striped t-shirt, her aunt. They live at the end of this little alley. Home is a tiny wooden hut. How many people live here? There are 6 of us, and we all sleep side by side like this.
Like this. Like this, yes. 6 people.
The man being held in prison admits he gave the family about $500 to adopt the little girl. It's the equivalent of more than a year's average wage in Cambodia, a providential sum of money for the family. I think those who accuse him are wrong, because he's been generous with my family and with my niece. If he has done anything wrong, I would have accused him too. He's been good to my niece. My child was begging. He noticed her and took pity. He gave her money for school. And so she no longer needs to beg. Because I'm poor.
Do you think that David had sex with the girl?
No, he didn't have sex with her. Those who accuse him were wrong. He loves her as if she was her own child. The family is adamant. Yet the man was arrested a few months after the pseudo-adoption. He was even sentenced to a 1.5 years in jail for indecent acts on the girl, who admitted there were fondling and sex games. We decide to go back and see the man in prison. Would you have been able to find a girl like that anywhere else, other than Cambodia? Well, yes, of course. Several little girls have fallen in love with me before, that's all. Several little girls have fallen in love with you? Yeah, I stayed for 2 weeks before. I was a teacher at a boarding school. And I was there for 2 weeks. But there was a little girl that was always hanging around with her friends and sitting looking at me with her arms crossed like that. I had to get away because it was getting to me. I couldn't accept what I was. And what about today? Do you recognize what you are? Yes, I admit I'm a paedophile. You admit you're a paedophile, and yet you adopt a child. You can understand why people might be upset, right? It's not incompatible. Being a paedophile is an identity. It's a sexual identity. It's not necessarily something you can act on or want to act on. And it's not something you choose either. It happens at birth. Doesn't mean you can't love children. People say we're sick. But it doesn't mean you can't love children. Your sexuality doesn't make you a pervert or a rapist. Is a paedophile someone who rapes kids? Especially if the kid is consenting? But a child of 8 or 10 can't judge... No, but listen, according to the law now, a child can be less than 18. So you're saying a child of 10 has his or her sexuality? A child has its own sexuality from the time it's nursing at its mother's breast. Did you have sex games with this child? We had a love affair, and that's all I want to say about it. There were no sex games. Why don't you want to talk about it? Because it's between my daughter and myself. It's private. Since the interview, the man has been expelled from Cambodia. He returned to France, where he was arrested and indicted for distributing pornographic images and advocating paedophilia. He's now in prison in France. But for every paedophile that's arrested, many escape justice. One such example is the man in a red shirt that was filmed in the heart of Phnom Penh. Thierry's NGO has been keeping an eye on him for 5 years. The Frenchman settled in Cambodia 10 years ago. He lives with 2 children he has supposedly adopted. One is now 8 years old, the other 14. The man was already suspected of abusing children in France and in Thailand. Now investigators believe he may have sexually abused a dozen or so street children, but so far they have been unable to convict him. The man remains free to walk about with impunity in the streets of the capital. This is a guy who really upsets me. He makes me really cross. We've known about him for several years now. We even had him arrested once in 2004, and he served just a few months in prison. And then he was released. He was released because the child withdrew the charges against him. You've been on his heels for 5 years? 5 years? You've been trying to get this guy behind bars? 5 years, yes, and he's still managed to get away with it. Investigators say the suspect takes advantage of the prevailing corruption in the country. He appears to enjoy the protection of a police officer and has allegedly paid off several judges. Suspicions confirmed by a trial held earlier this year in Sihanoukville, a small town 100 kilometers from Phnom Penh. During those proceedings, a child had agreed to testify against the Frenchman for sexual abuse. However, once again, the man went free. After the initial hearings, the judge decided to postpone the trial because of doubts about the real age of the child. The man himself didn't even show up for the hearing. We spoke to him on the telephone, but he absolutely refused to talk. You don't want to talk about it? Not at all, not at all. Now look, this has been going on for 10 years. So wouldn't it be a good time to talk? No, there's never a good time to talk. But these are serious charges. You should reply. They're serious, they're serious. And you'd have done better to keep quiet. The fact he's so sure of himself is based on a crucial element: the children he has adopted. At no time have they agreed to testify against him. Using a hidden camera, we met them briefly. They knew that we were journalists. Can you speak French? You live with... Yes, he's my dad, but he's sick right now. He's gone back to Phnom Penh. You're the one who's causing the problems now. Now we go to good schools. Before we had nothing at all. Now we have school, we have food, we have clothes to wear, all thanks to him. You see that boy? He's 8 years old and he can speak French, thanks to him. Before he would collect rubbish, you understand? Now he can talk, he goes to school, he has food to eat. Why are you bothering us like this? He hasn't caused any problems. All he said is, "Study hard, my son. You should always try and better yourself, my son." That's all he says. He's never done anything. He's never touched our balls or anything like that. None of this is true. We showed the interview to Thierry Darnaudet. Yeah, I've seen enough. I understand. What's on there? I don't need to watch anymore. Now, what was your question? What if he really was a benefactor? This guy. A great dad. Yes. Like the time he abused his nephew for several years. When he was just 8 years old. Back in Corsica. And what about the kids in Thailand? The guy who didn't want the NGO in Cambodia. He thinks it's bad for kids there. Of course, and if there wasn't, he could hit on as many kids as he wanted to. But Thierry believes this case is an exception, because today in Cambodia, paedophiles no longer feel completely safe. The country is no longer the El Dorado it had once been. The problem is that they have already found new hunting grounds. Their new favorite destination is located thousands of miles away. In Africa. It's Kenya. Known for its wildlife reserves and safaris, the country has become a fashionable destination for its beach resorts. Its white sand Indian Ocean beaches annually attract more than 1 million tourists. But not all come here to admire the beauty of the beaches. In 2006, a UNICEF report is a bombshell. It denounces the sexual exploitation of children up and down the Kenyan coast. The figures are alarming. Between 10,000 and 15,000 underage girls are part-time prostitutes, 1 in 3 of those who live in the region. Almost without anyone noticing, Kenya has, in just a few years, become the next paedophiles' paradise. But here it's a taboo subject. Few people agree to talk about it openly. These two women have worked in hotels along the coast for many years and have sometimes even recruited prostitutes for tourists. They know the situation well, and they agreed to help us go behind the scenes of child prostitution. And it all happens fairly quickly. We barely arrive on the beach when the young woman approaches 3 teenagers who are walking close by. She takes them in her arms to put them at ease.
She's a Luo like me.
She will show us how, in just a matter of minutes, a white tourist can pick up a very young girl.
She's Akinyi, she's Masi, you're who? Zawadi and Betty. You're all friends. Ni marafiki. Mwasoma shule moja.
How old are you?
13. She's 13. Akinyi, 13. You? 14. They're just coming from
Initially, the girls seem intimidated and look on curiously, but soon appear interested.
2 points, 1 point.
They like you.
You, most of them, yes. Yes, only one like you. She says, eat what? I have to die with this guy.
It becomes apparent that this is not the simple adolescent game it first appeared to be.
You said you can go with Muzungu like me?
Yes, you are.
No problem.
I'm very old for you.
Yajalisha ama ijalishi? Oh, she said it doesn't matter, Mercy.
Yes.
If I say, okay, we go together, you want to be my girlfriend?
Sema, useme. Sawa. Sema tu, mimi nimewambia msione. Wanaweza kwa kusema naki ataka.
You are not afraid?
We are going. Yes, he said, no, I'm not afraid. Right now, if you say we are going, we shall go. So.
Why do you want to go with Muzungu? Why?
To help me. To help me.
To help you. To help you. Sindio, when the Mzungu loves you, atakufundisha, sindio? She's happy. Hey, she's in love. She's crying of you. Bye. Bye.
I was very surprised.
Why?
Because
they are virgin.
They are virgin and they are young. And they don't mind. They can do it. They think all Mzungu, they are rich. So they have that imagination. If they have a Mzungu, all the problems are gone. They don't think of going to school. They think of having a Mzungu, only Mzungu. That is what is in their mind. Mzungu is everything.
And these teenagers encountered by chance are not an isolated case. An increasing number of young girls are leaving their villages to become prostitutes on the beaches. And the phenomenon is spreading throughout the region. A few clay huts, some brick buildings. Yet the village is just 3 kilometers from the beaches and the luxury tourist resorts.
Odi, habari zenu? Sasa toto anasimama anajimundu.
Mary Rungungi is 42 and a teacher. She spends all her free time campaigning against sex tourism. With her are 4 young girls who dropped out of school to become prostitutes. They're aged between 15 and 16 years old. She tries to warn them. Here at home, everyone thinks that when a girl finds a white man, her life will completely change. But let me tell you, I have often seen these white men take advantage of you, and later they'll return to their own countries and leave the girls behind. But it's a message that rarely works.
Do you think you are going to continue?
Yeah. I do. Yeah. Sometimes they discourage me. When I try to bring such a message, they think I'm wasting their time. So I feel even breaking. It breaks my heart.
Mary is not the only one who feels frustrated. The village chief is also apparently powerless to prevent more and more local girls from quitting school. It hurts me very much. I never allow my children to go to the beach. Once I even locked them in the house, and then I beat them to prevent them from following this bad example. They're not going to disobey me now. His children are spared, for now, but not the rest of the village.
How many girls have dropped the school to go to the beach?
I've stopped counting. More than 20, probably. In any case, I'm personally aware of at least a dozen. The fight is even more difficult since child prostitution has now become big business in itself. At the center of this market are the so-called beach boys. Young men who approach the tourists on the beach to offer them all kind of services, boat trips, souvenirs, and especially sex. With the women, they offer to sell their own bodies. And with the men, they become pimps, providing prostitutes of all ages, including sometimes children. We turn again to the women who agreed to talk to us about this business. They've lived in the region for many years and know most of the beach boys who operate in their area.
Do you think there are some beach boys who are specialized in finding very young girls?
Me, I know Michael. He's the one I know.
Who is Michael?
Michael is a beach boy. He has been doing that that work also for long here in Hefili. Yes.
He knows how to find young girls and young boys.
Yes. He knows.
We ask them to get in touch with the beach boy, and a rendezvous is set for the same evening at a bar by the sea.
Okay. We are looking for a very young girl. It's possible to find a child for you?
Michael doesn't speak much English, so one of the women serves as interpreter.
He says 8 years, 9 years.
Boys or girls?
Both of them. Both of them.
You can find everything. How long does it take to bring a boy or a girl here?
2 days.
2 days. Okay, but where do they come from? Where?
From the village.
The next morning we set off for the village. It's just a few kilometers from the coast. This region is one of the poorest in the country. Tourist dollars have had no impact on village communities like these. We find Michael waiting for us outside a house. The children are inside.
You can bring them here? I can see? Yeah. Just because
Come.
Okay.
Come here.
Right. Okay.
Why are you scared? Don't be scared.
Okay, so, hello. So, what's your name?
What's your name? Tell the man. Pendo. Say it to the white man.
Hello. And you?
And you? What's your name? Maisie.
And how old are you, Maisie?
And how old are you, Maisie?
She doesn't go to school, so even she don't know how to say 9.
Okay.
But she's
And you can ask her if she's afraid to go with us.
Do you want to go with the white man?
This one is saying yes. And now where?
Are you scared to go near the white man?
When you need it, take
Throughout the negotiation, a man is sitting nearby, by the side of the house. He's the children's father.
What did you say to the father?
No, I can say you can take that child to go anywhere to take the photo or maybe something like that.
He says no problem.
He says no problem, we can go. What price can you do?
25.
25, 25.
50.
25, 50. And if I give you 50, how much you give to the family, how much you keep?
I give 30. 20.
If I give you the money now, it's okay. I can bring the child directly. So, yeah? Okay.
After striking the deal with Michael, it's time to speak with the father. As you've seen, we're about to leave with the children. They're not lost.
Sawa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tutakupigia simu.
Ni sawa.
So it's okay if we go with the girl, boy, it's okay?
The white guy wants to be sure that you agree that we can take the children.
Si sawa.
Okay.
See you, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Everyone's agreed to let us leave with the children. With an excuse that we have an urgent appointment, we explain to Michael that we'll be back very soon. This time the children will return home safe and sound.
Do you think that the parents understand what happened?
No, they don't understand, surely. They don't. Yes.
They don't know that we want the kids to have sex with them.
No, they don't know.
But when the kids come back to the family, he must explain what happened.
Yes, they must explain, but I'm very sure if you also tell the children, don't say, if you don't say I'll help you more than this, you give the child a little money, I'm very sure the child can say. So long you never even hurt the child more, and there's no evidence to show you hurted the girl, I'm very sure even the child can't say anything. African child, especially the poor ones, like the one we met, I'm very sure they cannot say anything.
The children never press charges, and the government ignores the issue. In Kenya, tourists represent a financial windfall, so there's no question of upsetting them. James is a police officer. He's outraged by the impunity enjoyed by the sexual predators. He's agreed to be interviewed, as long as his face remains hidden.
Our country here, we measure much, so much on an income, the economic income, what the tourists are bringing to our country. But we're tending to forget that the very people who are coming here to give us income are the ones destroying our people, you see. So however much we're getting something from the tourists, the other part, the effect of these people coming here is what the government may not like to talk about. And if only we could get stronger institutions that would stand and say, well, you are visitors, but remember, A and B should not be done here. Basically, that's what we lack here.
Sometimes you feel disgusted.
So much, so much. Nobody's happy to see this happening, because this is our future we are destroying. I wish the community would stand firm, they would stand as a unit and say no to this. I mean, it's only our community, it's only our own people here to say no to the activities that happen along this coastal area with the Mzungus and our young daughters here. So I don't like it at all. I feel ashamed of being one of the people around here.
Today in Kenya, unlike in Cambodia, there are no NGOs to help fight against paedophile tourism. There is, of course, Mary, the teacher, who tries to save teenagers from prostitution. She's created a girls' football team for the victims of organized sex tourism and stages tournaments to publicize her message. But she's desperately short of resources. There's a tent and a rented sound system, and her association's choir.
That is the meaning of the song. I have a name, a mighty name. I'll never fear. Whatever comes on my way, I'll never fear.
But in this stadium, as in the rest of the country, there are few people willing to listen to the message.